Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name is Corey, and today we're playing Dungeons and Dragons Spelljammer. It's D&D in space. Though you wouldn't know it from most of our episodes because, well, we've been stranded on a planet for a long time. We need to get out into space and do space stuff. This has been a very long away mission, is what it's been.
Indeed.
We are Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. Hey, thanks to all the patrons scrolling the upper right-hand corner. You make these things possible. I am so grateful for all of you. We need to do like little voting things for them again. We need to do something nice for our patrons. I'll discuss it with our game masters. It'll be coming soon. We'll do something. I would like. Hold on, let me grab my game notes here. ah. So, of course, as always, Howard is a game master, and he's going to be taking over in just a second after I introduce the rest of our cast, which is Sarah, Keith, Brenna, and Spike. And say hello, everybody. I should like give a little pause so you can say something interesting, so we can denote who is who. You know, like
Way to put the pressure on us.
yeah, it's
Sure, you assume that we're interesting.
We're not really.
We'll do it one more time. We'll see what we got. You see, we'll test your interestingness. Let's go. We have playing Del Starwin, Keith.
Hey guys,
We have playing Kios, Spike.
Hi, everybody.
We have playing Tinker, Brenna. Perfect. We have playing Edora, Sarah.
Nailed it.
And Howard's our game master.
man. Too much pressure. Yeah.
Take
we
it away,
want her.
Howard.
All right. So normally this is where I have the players introduce themselves and their characters, but I feel like that's been covered a bit. So I don't think we need a round three. In that case, I would skip to summing up what's been going on in game, but he covered that too. So I guess we'll just start the game.
I give a very small
Let's do
snippet.
that.
I give a very small snippet and then leave it to you to fill in all of the details.
All right. So with pretty much everything covered, I guess a little more detail is right now the players are intrepid heroes are crossing a desert. They recently have fought off a band or a pack. I guess they're probably a pack of jackal wares that were trailing them through the desert. They before that they fought a bullet, and ultimately their goal is to get across this desert into a mountain that they know has lava and hopefully a wrecked starship that they can fix and get the heck off this planet.
And giant spiders. We know about the spiders.
They were told
from
there were
Mars.
giant spiders there.
I think
Thanks for remembering that.
I think any group of were creatures should be called a full moon of.
No.
A full moon of werewolves.
No.
Well, you
No,
know,
I don't want the
actual
mooning
wolves
me,
like
thank
the
you.
moon too,
We'll-
but they go by pack.
We'll workshop this. We'll come back to it.
A pack of jackals isn't too bad.
A jack of packles?
That's it.
All right. So, with all that said, to try and pick up for the best of my memory from where we left off, I don't think anybody was actually even hurt during the jackalware attack. Is that correct?
I have no hit points
I
lost.
don't believe so.
No.
For a second, I thought you were going to say you had no hit points left. I was like,
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
no, Beetlejuice is dead.
I think we took them out from a distance. They didn't even get
Like,
to
how'd I
melee
miss
very
that?
Yeah, that didn't work
Yeah,
out for
very
the jackalwares.
quietly.
Which we will start up this game then with y'all sitting by your campfire as at the end of the day, pulling your stuff together, regaining any spells spent. Well, no, that'd be for the sleeping, unless y'all do a long rest or a short rest, which is unnecessary at the end of the day. is there anything you wish to accomplish at night before you go to bed?
Can't think of anything.
Right. Also with the group is Melina the sorceress, who was the one who actually flew the Spelljammer helm, which made your last boat go through space. And also at the party is Brimmer. He is a UNT. Hang on, there's a cat on me. Yeah.
Yeah, Melina and Drumma. Drumma is the
Right.
snake man
The scout.
who's got adorable snake children.
He does have adorable. Well, they're humanoid with like some scales. They're not like totally. Cobra
Yeah, we
people or
know
anything.
you're scaly. That's what you're all into that. We get it.
One, I don't wish to shame the furry or scaly communities. And two, what?
Um, I will cast alarm spell on the center of the camp. I know it's only 20 feet wide of an area, but it will keep things from sneaking into the camp, stealing stuff, and running away from it at least. That's the goal, where it won't, if somebody watches us from afar or shoots arrows at us, that it doesn't help us then, but at least it'll keep the thieves out.
And, I should also mention some land features. Y'all had made it to an area where the foothills of the mountains were beginning to show and like push up through the red sand of the desert. As you traveled on a bit after the Jackalware attack, you are closer to the area where the foothills give to actual large rock structures that lead into the mountains. So you can have your camp set up to the back of the back of your camp set up to a rocky, wall if you'd like, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, with all that said, I will double check with my random number generator here and determine whether or not things happen to you during the night. What is your watch order? Because I know y'all are going to take watches.
I like the second watch. It works well for me. Remember
Okay.
that Corey and I only need 4-hour meditations times anyway.
All right.
I'll volunteer for last watch.
All right, we got second and last. What are the
I'll take
three of y'all
first.
doing?
All right, I'll take third then,
All right.
and then
And
Kios
we'll
can
say
take.
that Kios is fourth.
Yeah,
All right.
I gotta watch. All right. Good times.
we need to watch Adora because she now has an evil sword that's talking to her in her mind. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
So freaking paranoid, dude.
Just because it talks doesn't mean it's evil.
Right?
Yeah, but the fact that it's made of human bone makes it evil.
And who said it talks? When did that happen?
Who said it was human?
Good point.
I'm sorry.
Good point,
Random
yeah.
miscellaneous bones.
Like you just have it could be made from a creature. You don't know.
It's a fused set of vertebra. That's just kind of creepy, but you do you.
It was actually made from an elder god who was very short for a god.
Did you say it was made from an elder god?
All of
I
the other
no
gods
worries.
pinch his cheek and
He's adorable.
He's
Yeah.
so cute.
Gross rubbery skin over those tentacles. Look at that. I don't know actually. I suppose elder gods are probably vertebrates.
I think most elder gods are like concepts that our brains like imagine as regular things.
I don't know about regular things, but at least perceivable things.
Yes, exactly.
They are definitely Stranger Things. All right, so
Oh.
And
I
here
think
we
I
are
actually
playing
have the
D&D.
right music track to play for Stranger Things, but I won't.
Get us in trouble for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
No, they purposely made this track slightly different.
Okay.
I have a lot of tracks of rip-off music, but unfortunately I can't play them because I can't get them to work right. All right. So now that I know your watch order, and apparently Drimmer and Melina are slacking. They didn't take watches.
They can be our watch partners.
You know, with 7 of us, we can have, instead of just having a single person on watch on any given watch, because that's like half an hour watch each, really, that way.
I like
why
that.
don't we have 2 people on watch at a time for, an actual watch
Well,
time?
Good point. Yeah.
7 people over 8 hours. It'd be a little over an hour watch if you're going singly, a little over 2 hour watch if you're going doubles, but that's still enough for everybody to get plenty of rest. And you would have advantage, or you would have 2 people rolling to notice things if things happen.
So 2 people on watch.
And after the first
Alright.
after the first 4 hours, like me and Dell are like good to go. Like once
Yeah.
we're done with Reverie, we can be on all the watches.
I mean, I want to be up for, during the height of the night, because, stars.
Right, right.
That's why I like to take the mids. But
All right. So I'm now confused as to the watch order, but I'm rolling anyway.
so why don't we put Tinker and Keyhose on the first one? You guys good with that?
Sounds good. I'm still feeling a bit active from our encounter, so
Yeah, you've still got adrenaline and
Tinker's still working and tweaking her little inventions. Like, dang it could have been better if I just gave it more. Starts beating on it with a socket wrench, cursing at it in fairy.
All right. Tinker and Keyhose. Everyone has a long debate over different ways to do watch orders, and then finally they all start to go to bed, and they somehow put you all into the first watch, no matter what you initially said.
It's not unusual for her to look up and go, "Oh, everyone's asleep but me. Oh, I guess I'm on watch, I guess."
Keyhose looking right at you. Everyone but you?
just like nods.
Yeah,
the
whatever
fire.
you say, Tinker, whatever you say.
Here, do me a favor, just hold this for a second.
Oh, okay. What is this anyway?
I don't think it'll explode. You should be okay.
All right. If it did explode, would it be
Very
impressive?
reassuring.
Surprise! The incident is actually from friendly fire.
Hey, as long as PCs are dying, I feel my job is complete. All right.
I fixed everything. What'd you fix? Kaboom! Everything except for that.
Fantastic. As Tinker is working on something, and Keyhose is sort of watching and also keeping an eye out and actually, watching during watch. I would like Keyhose to go ahead and make a roll, perception, and if she is somewhat paying attention, Tinker can also roll or grant advantage. I feel like she's not leading it since she's semi-distracted.
Since my perception sucks, I will give advantage.
There you
All
go.
right.
If you don't notice, somehow in her chaotic mind, she might look up and go, "Oh, hey!"
Yeah, Kios is doing like a lot of nodding, smiling, remembering his eye patch. And yeah, 12.
Y'all picked the 2 worst perceptive characters and went, "You 2 watch together."
What could possibly go wrong?
yes.
All right.
Shush you, you're asleep.
Kios, thankfully, it's not actually vision based so much as hearing based. One of your old Gith ears just kind of perks up, and you hear a mix of like I want to say it's more like howls, and like if you ever heard a dog when it's in mid fight, it's not really a bark, but sort of the angry sounds they make in addition to growling, where it's like a longer, like prolonged wolf, you know, and you're not real sure what's going on, but then you hear a lot of yipping, and the yipping, and the yipping is sort of sounds like it's beginning to come your way from deeper into the mountain area. Like whatever is happening is coming towards you, and it is because it's getting louder, and it is definitely not just one, but multiple voices. Since you've recently encountered them, I will say that it sounds familiar. Like it could be Jackalware again. You're not sure.
Because I did make sure to chase after them and give them a spanking, so I would be familiar with their yelping.
Yeah, but the ones you saw, of course, were way behind you, and these would be ahead of y'all.
Mm-hmm. Tinker, do you hear that?
Once he brings it up and you begin paying attention, you can make it out.
How far off does it sound?
Well beyond y'all's. If either of you have dark vision, it's well beyond 60 feet. You would guess due to the echoing within the the area, because it's large rocky hills. You would, well, I'll tell you what, perception before I give that out. It's not my fault y'all aren't perceptive.
Oh wait, I do have a thing that I can do.
Oh, you
After-
do. All right, with a 15, you would guess it is. It's not miles off. You would say maybe a kilometer at most.
Gotcha.
Probably less. Probably closer. Definitely coming towards you.
In that case, I would wake up the others.
And with that 15 on your perception check, basically you are able to pull your mind together from all your other distractions and actually focus. And at that point, you're like, oh, this is definitely coming. Whatever it is. And I'll also give you that if it is the Jackalware, which it does sound like, they sound scared, not like they're attacking anything, more like they are fleeing.
That doesn't bode well. I comment on that to Kihos.
All right. Also, she did say she was waking y'all up, so there's no roll to wake up. Y'all are allowed to wake up.
Okay.
Unless
much
some of
rest
you
have
had
we
a flaw
gotten?
you forgot to tell me about, you can just wake up.
How much rest have we gotten since before they?
Oh, a good 30 minutes.
Okay.
Whole 30 minutes.
So, you reckon these things are coming down the mountain after us, or?
Sounds like they're maybe running from something.
Oh,
It's more like they're coming through a valley than down a mountain.
Which is possibly more concerning that they're running possibly from something.
are we at the mouth of this valley? Is that what's going on?
Pretty much.
Ah, bugger. All right, I guess we hide. We,
Secure the birds and get ourselves ready.
I mean,
Yep.
I guess we can't hide. We got these goddamn axe beaks. They're pretty unhideable.
Is there like any crevices that we could?
Let's ask the scout what he thinks. Drimmer.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Aaron,
I could help you find a crevice. Sure, there's plenty. And he starts pointing out areas. Well, he'll make a survival check. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, with that, he's got a what's it called, a dirty 20. So he looks around and begins pointing out different areas that you could hide. Even finds a place that you could hide the axe beaks with a almost conveniently shaped stone that you could lash off their reins to.
All right, ladies and gents, let's get going.
all right.
All of this is in pretty much the same area, but y'all are just basically hiding. And with his dirty 20. I will give y'all advantage on your checks if you are just looking to hide. You make a quick stealth check
Sure.
to not be seen. You have advantage.
All right.
If you were doing anything else, you don't necessarily get advantage, but for that particular use.
Well, we got to hide the axe beaks too. I mean,
Oh.
how does that
That
work?
was supposed to be. You said advantage with this. Sorry.
Right, you have advantage because he
Well,
did
then
really well.
There's my
finding out
second
that-
roll, which doesn't do me much better. Okay.
Same
Sneaky, I am not.
Advantage will cancel out my disadvantage, and I will make sure, as I was tending the fire, that I will douse the fire quickly using my invisible mage hand.
Just like
Oops.
kind of screwed up real quick with the mage hand. I kind of like that.
You rolled everything. Yeah, my advantage also gets rid of my disadvantage on my stealth. So let us roll stealth.
My apologies.
11.
I had someone come to the door a minute ago. Did we roll initiative while I was gone?
No, you are hiding because you hear the sounds of scared jackalware running your way from a valley in front of you. You don't know why they're scared. You don't know why they're running. You just know that you don't want them to see you, so that they can just pass on by, and then you can deal with maybe whatever's chasing them,
Got it.
or maybe that'll pass on by. Who knows? But you have advantage right now on the stealth check to hide because Drummer
Drummer's
got to a
awesome.
good place, found good hiding places for y'all, and was like, "Hey, there are crevices over here in the rocks and other stuff."
Got it. Okay, I will roll my stealth check then.
He found a rocky outcropping shaped like each one of you, and said, "Get behind that."
Like that manga where people find the exact shape hole for them in a mountainside and they crawl in it. It's perfect for me. I must be here.
I have not read that, but that sounds amusing. All right. Did we only have one person roll under 10? All right, it's just Dell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
then Tinker
the
is
noisy
at 10.
one.
Tinker, did you roll with advantage? Oh, there it is, 16.
Yeah,
I see.
I got a 16 on my second.
All right, I see it. And then, yeah, okay. So everybody is over 15 except Dell.
It's over 15?
It looks like it. Am
I'm
I
not
wrong?
over 15. I got 11.
Oh, that's right. You said you don't. You were canceling.
It says heavy armor right there. So you have to take the first one because heavy armor
Yep.
gives you automatic disadvantage.
Right.
Were you sleeping in your armor?
Always.
Okay.
I seems like I read up on that. Just so you know, if you are wounded and you need to recover hit points, you should unstrap a little.
Yes, but I have all of my hit points.
And that, yeah, this it doesn't matter tonight. Just so you know, for future reference, because I know you'd be like furious if I didn't tell you that. And
Yes.
then you're like,
yes.
what? Nope, you got no hit points back, you moron.
Wah, wah, wah.
I try not to do that to you. So, all right. So we had a couple people there with some low rolls. All right, for people that got under 10, which is just Dell, I think. Dell, you see a spot and you're like, oh, okay. And you try and fit yourself in there. You're not heavily armored, but you still just can't quite squeeze in. You're like, oh, this is no good. And you go to find another spot, and I guess the energy that you have right now trying to find a spot is kind of clouding your thinking, and you're just keep running to places that are too small for you, and you're like, this is just not working out.
We all
And
know
you
it's
hide behind something, and you're like, this doesn't feel great, but I'm gonna do my best and assume that they don't see me.
we all know it's actually Dell's luscious badonkadonk. His junk in the trunk. We know it. We all you don't have to dance around it, Howard. We see Dell Starwinds backing that
Right.
thing up.
Right, so he's just
Oh yeah, baby.
he senses danger, he gets aroused, and therefore he is standing at attention sideways, And that is just showing, apparently, is what you're saying. I don't understand.
You guys are just perverts, apparently.
This is Corey. I'm just trying to run with the descriptions I'm going.
I thought elves were naturally stealthy, but apparently they're just naturally horny.
I mean, why do you think there's so many half elves out
Yeah, right.
I
Touche.
thought maybe just Dell lives for the danger. It's like
Danger
something's
is
coming.
my middle name.
All right.
My
So,
my last name is Adverse.
and Corey Rumish feels like he has done an all right job of getting into a place where he won't be seen, as far as he knows.
But every time I move, like, I'm knocking over rocks, or like I'm like, and then I move again, and like I'm knocking over something else because my armor is just not giving me full range of movement.
At this point, you do see, after everyone's hidden and you've waited a moment, the sounds get louder, and then you all see, it looks like 4 jackal wares. You see 2 in their full jackal form, the small fox dog looking creatures that jackals are. Kind of like tearing through because they move faster in that form. Followed by the slower form of 2 anthropomorphic jackals. I think that's the best word. As they are kind of lumbering behind. One is like got the other's like arms strapped over him and is helping it, and they the other one has obvious like just huge wounds on his hip and his leg. For pretty much everyone, I think, is from your hiding points. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to tell. It looks like they are suffering from just like their holes ripped through their bodies, and it's like the wounds are blackened and just grotesque in a weird way. It's not like blood and gore is dripping out. It's more like if you ever like burned like hair on your arm and you see the little blackened marks of the hair that's been burned down, but with their flesh and also their hair, because they have plenty of it. They're fuzzies, and but they are clearly in a hurry. The one that's carrying the other looks exhausted, but is doing its best. If I said he or she, is just ignore that, because you don't really know the gender of these things unless y'all are taking the time to look. But they're doing their best to move through, and as quickly as possible.
Don't look at me, 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 don't look at me.
You can't see me.
One of them, the one that's being carried or like helped, like opens an eye and looks right at you, Del Starwind. However, it doesn't really react. It just, that he or she knows. It's like the eye contact is made. But they keep moving. It's one of those things where I have so much going on right now. There's a burglar in your house. I'm dying. That's bad, but I'm dying.
About how far away are they passing by us?
Easily within 30 feet. Probably, okay. I would say within 20 feet of anybody that's, within the area, because they're going down the middle and y'all are off to the sides. So 20 feet or less. If you want to make a jump towards them and attack, let me know. Or shoot them, or whatever you got going.
I want to let them through.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to know how close they were.
Close enough that you can smell their animal musk combined with a rotten smell of like just meat that has gone bad.
Nasty.
Which is not the smell you got off the jackalware you've seen before. The animal musk, sure. They got that going in spades.
We had time to help him out, I probably would, but we got something coming after him, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I should be quiet. Shh.
Shh, step back. Do you see?
I step backwards. I knock over a huge thing of rubble.
Oh, that would be me.
Beetlejuice might be stealthy, but Corey is not.
No, I think that's a both on this one.
I'm role playing character.
But it's also true. Corey's not stealthy. All right. A moment passes, and then another. The area feels very still. What do y'all do? How long do you wait? Are you giving little signs to each other from your hiding places?
Is it like that unnatural stillness? Like there had been birds chirping, but now they're not, kind of stillness?
Perception. That's a good question. Sure. Could be. You don't know. You're trying to tell, but also there is a rock like pressing into your ass, and it's really annoying. It's screw with your focus.
With the rotting smell as it's quiet and I'm listening
The smell
here.
passes when they pass.
Well, do I detect another smell? Perhaps the presence of strong evil registering on my senses, like a noxious odor.
Okay. Okay. Are you want to say that you did that when they were passing?
No,
Or
I'm
are you
more.
doing it now.
I'm more trying to. I recognize that they are being hunted, so
Okay.
I'm sensing for predator.
I'm looking at Dremmer. Dremmer, what in the nine hells was that?
All right. To answer his question real quick before I go into that, you don't sense anything with. Let me see. Let me read this to I'm sure.
It's celestials, fiends, or undead.
Right. Okay.
Ooh.
No, you don't. Well, the type, but creatures. So no. No, you do not. You don't sense anything like that fits that. Drimmer looks at Rumish. Well, that was. I suppose that's a good thing, right? I mean, that's what we were fighting, and they're leaving, so it looks like we're fine. The hiding was good. It's a good idea y'all had. Glad I found these crevices. Dale, you might want to turn a little more sideways next time. You just slide right in there. I think that could help.
I guess the coast is clear. Whatever was chasing them went back home.
Well, I don't know what was chasing them. Don't know what scares them. Maybe they're superstitious. Maybe they
No, that one had definitely been attacked by something.
well, maybe he got the rot. You know, you get the rot when you eat the wrong things or stay with the wrong ladies. It's a thing. I've heard of it.
Heard of it, huh?
I don't really know what was wrong with him. I didn't think it was the time to ask.
I'm getting big Korg energy from Dremmer.
No. That's kind of always been my inspiration for him. I feel like it's finally coming out enough that y'all are like, I get what's going on.
It's only when he's spouting obviously useless stuff that we can't use for advice that it really comes out.
But you know, he does make his rolls. I
Yes.
can't help that. He always seems to make his rolls. I'm like, can I kill out this NPC? No, apparently I cannot.
All right, I guess we'll camp again and keep an eye out for whatever attacked those jackal wares.
I mean, it would take us a couple extra days to go around. There's another path that I know that goes to where you want to go, but it's going to be a lot longer. And not to sound like a total jerk, but I've only been paid for the time that goes through this direction.
That's fair.
I mean, I have kids at home, and I feel like I should check on them eventually.
Eventually.
I did leave them with food. I'm not a monster.
Do they not have another parent to watch?
Oh no, sadly she passed. But I left them with enough food and good instructions, and they know they have friends. I have friends that will keep an eye on them.
I filled their dish to the brim. I've cleaned their box.
Clean their box really well.
As it should be.
Says the parent. This is why I like birds. I could throw them in a cage, you know, and I don't get in trouble or anything.
Yeah, and nobody calls Child Protective Services because you threw them into a cage.
Or if I yell at them, you know, I'm going to eat you with barbecue sauce. I don't, you know.
I mean,
Well, depending on the bird, it might repeat everything you say.
Says the
Yes.
man with two cats.
There's like that.
you know,
She
if they
comes
do
home
that
a
when
week
somebody
later, is
enters
like,
their home.
she comes home a week later, is like, "Are you sleeping on the floor? Why are you sleeping? You're really tired."
All right, I guess we're gonna set the watches back up, and unless something comes barreling down this valley,
Yeah,
if
try and get back to our rest.
if anything,
Yes.
staying here is probably really safe because the jackals won't come back this way, and whatever's in there is gonna stay in there. So this border area is probably pretty good when it comes to those two things. I mean, you know, giant spiders could come down from the sky or something. I don't know.
Why would you put that out there?
That's ridiculous.
He's a Bowie
They
fan.
come down the sides of the hills. They
Yeah.
come from the sky.
All of these rocks we've been hiding behind are actually trapdoor spider locations. They just open up and grab us. And
You're dead to me. A little tiny tink is like, no, thank you.
But once you get a ship and you can travel into other places, you're going to land on the planet where every single object you see is a mimic.
yes.
And you're like, "We got to get out of here." You get back in the ship and you try to get out, and you realize the entire planet was also a mimic.
We're in. Yes. I hug
mean,
my wife
Pseudopod
for.
comes out, and pulls you back in.
I hug
Then
my
there
wife
was
for
that
safe.
classic module that gave us the Beholder Death Star.
Oh my god, I remember that one.
I hug my wife for safety and comfort. She is mimic.
Her belly opens up.
Aw.
Which would technically, if a person is a mimic, do they have two mouths? How does that work?
I think those are
Is
just
their
called
mouth function, or
doppelgangers.
is it just decoration? All right. So, the rest of the watch passes. Tinker and Quijos, you're getting a little tired. You're starting to, you've calmed down from whatever happened.
Yeah, I think Kios just puts on the plague mask from previously and just falls asleep sitting at the fire,
Not
like
creepy
pretty
at all.
immediately. Yeah, not creepy at all.
Not creepy at all.
All right, so second watch, that would be myself and who wants it with me?
Like, pick someone. I don't care.
Let's
Howard's like, it's irrelevant. We already had our encounter.
Oh yeah, because you only get one.
Usually.
I'll you know what? I'll take our guide.
Drama.
He can watch with me. Drama,
You
yeah.
usually
I'm
you
happy
roll
to do
until
that.
something happens.
Okay. Would you like him to lend you advantage, or would you like to roll separately?
I'll let him give me advantage.
Go for it.
Okay, one sec here. And perceive.
Boom! His advantage made it happen.
Drummer's always coming through for us. That's why we must keep him alive at all costs.
You monsters. I try
That
so
and,
hard to kill these
the
people.
children that we don't want to murder us later.
So I'm clearly on high alert after the incident a couple hours ago.
You will notice, if you hadn't already picked up on it, Dermer's a talkative fellow, but he is also very alert, and he does keep looking about while he's talking. He rarely makes eye contact with you. He takes his, job very seriously to keep watch.
Excellent. I also am watching the whole time, as we talk.
And with that 24,
It's such a prestigious role. Something really good should happen for it.
and that absolute trash roll. Both you and Drummer at pretty much the same. Well, Drummer slightly before you, but fairly quick before he has to point it out. You hear something above you over one of the hilltops. As y'all look up and you see a pebble, kind of just bouncing down the hill.
Okay.
You can make out a vaguely spidery form in the darkness. It's not like the hill you're directly next to, but further down in the valley, you see what looks to be a large, dark, spidery form. It is more than 60 feet away if you have dark vision, which I'm pretty sure you do.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Not that weird of a variant of elf. I believe the ONT have dark vision too, but again, doesn't matter. He's more than 60 feet away. So you're both oh, I think there's a giant spider just sitting. I think there's a giant spider just sitting on top of that hill. That's
And is it relatively near, relatively far?
You would say maybe 100 feet away, but also up, and it's just kind of standing there. You can see it moving. It doesn't look like a statue, and you know it moved because it knocked that little pebble off.
Right.
With its trash roll of I'm not a stealthy spider. What kind of spiders aren't stealthy? Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I say, it's dark. The only thing that kind of gives it away is that it's a starry night, which you appreciate.
Right.
And there's enough light behind it that you're at first it looks a little bit like a huddled group of people, and then you're like, no, that's not it. Those are just multiple legs to one mass.
I'm gonna wake Beetlejuice. I'll let the others be for the moment, but I'm gonna wake Beetlejuice and point this thing out to him.
Oh, that's a beauty right there.
That might be a problem right there.
It is. It definitely is. I don't think at all that we can, what's the range on my spell? 90 feet? Oh, I need to get 10 feet further. I don't think we can negotiate with these things like we can the bullywugs. I'm pretty sure that they probably want, humanoid flesh.
So
Maybe they're nice, but I wouldn't put anything. If they're nice, they'd be in town, if you know what I mean.
I'm thinking my big worry is that it's not alone.
Well, I could walk about 10 feet forward, put a hunter's mark on it, and then I can see where it goes. For about an hour.
You want to try that?
Well, it's basically I can track it well for an hour, but then we'd have to wake everyone up and get them going. We're gonna hunt this spider down.
They're not going to be rested.
Look, there's two things we can do here. We can try and kill it now, and then whoever, if they have a society, they're gonna wonder where their guy went, and they're gonna find us anyways. Or it's gonna go back, report back, and they're gonna find us anyways.
So I should just zap it with the guiding bolt?
I think we should just kill it. I mean, it'll be
Alright.
a problem later. I don't like. I'm a good guy. I like to give people, the benefit of the doubt. But come on, mate. It's a giant spider.
No, you're not wrong. I'm going to zap it with a guiding bolt. That's 100. I've got a range of 120 feet for it.
And I'll just start
Okay.
running. Just start bolting up that hill.
All right.
So-
If you move and you take your action to dash, that'll get you 60 feet. Do you have anything else that increases that?
I don't see. I have this spell called Zephyr Strike, and it says I move like the wind, but it doesn't give me extra movement.
It's
no,
just
wait.
that you just wind through people, I think.
My walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of a turn in which
Oh.
I do an extra D8 damage.
Well,
but
that will only get you to 90 feet, and you won't get there.
that's
So it's up to you.
that's fine. He's 100 feet away. I can run for a little bit, and I hit the wrong thing. Sorry. I can run for a little bit, and I have javelins, and the range on a javelin is
Got to be more than 10 feet, right?
yeah. I'm looking here. 3120. So I can hit him with disadvantage.
Let me hit him with the guiding bolt first, because that'll give you advantage on your on the strike.
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
'Cause-
I'm going to basically give y'all one round of actions before it reacts, because I did make a perception check on his behalf to see its reaction to y'all waking up Beetlejuice and planning, and it's like the creatures are still down in the valley. That's he flubbed it. So
So, there's the description and my attack roll for guiding bolt.
okay, cool. Let me double check. I don't think he has a better AC than 16, but I'm gonna double check real quick. And I apologize. I should have had this already pulled up. Where's his AC? Should be on here.
While
somewhere.
you're looking that up, I would just like to tell our viewers that spiders are very good things for our environment and our nature, and that you should go around just killing a spider, catch and release, or do what you can to facilitate the little thing. I know a lot of people are terrified of spiders, and spiders can be scary even for me. So, but these are giant D&D spiders. They're not real. We're gonna kill them. We're gonna kill 'em.
And by giant, it's giant for a spider, not a giant.
It's like head sized or like torso sized,
No, I would say person sized,
person sized.
but
That's
not
pretty
not a
bloody
giant
giant.
like a classification of creature that
Of
would be
course.
considered giant.
Yes.
It's not.
It's not.
A 20-foot tall spider monster, because
That
I
is
think you would
Still a pretty
hesitate
big
at running.
spider.
I mean, I've seen 8-Legged Freaks. That was a fun movie, actually.
I did. I enjoyed that one a lot. I remember enjoying it. I don't remember most of the movie, but I remember laughing and enjoying it.
And
It's pretty old.
that's really all that matters.
All right. So, did we
All right.
say
So,
that I did hit?
16 does hit.
Excellent.
I just wanted to be 100% before I said that, and then later was like, oh, actually.
Yeah, fair.
Radiant damage. Interesting. He has nothing to save against radiant damage. So, ow. Darn you and
And-
your random sunlight.
And the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn gets advantage. So, Corey, you get
So-
advantage on your javelin throw.
I will move 30 feet forward,
All right.
putting him not within my 30-foot short range, but which means I have disadvantage. But I have advantage
Wait,
from
so
Del
you're at
Stone.
a normal shot.
So it's normal. I will cast Hunter's Mark, which will increase my damage if I do hit him, and that is a 90-foot range. But it's a bonus
Right.
action.
Okay.
And then I will shoot my shot.
Natural 20.
Nice.
And that's how it's
Nice.
done, baby.
Teach this spider thing.
All right. All dice are doubled, or just weapon damage dice for a crit.
All dice related to the damage of this attack. So if you
Okay.
had sneak attack damage or something like that, which I don't think you do, it would double.
I have Hunter's Mark damage.
That does double.
So
But the
Max.
+3 does it nice. The +3 does not double, just the dice. So all right, so that's 12 and 3 is 15.
that's not. I'm not done yet. I got
Oh,
my Hunter's
there's more.
Mark.
But wait, there's more. I was waiting for another 6, but okay. All right. So all right. So 15 and 7 is 22.
Somehow I did more damage than the guiding bolt. Excellent.
That was a really good roll. All right. Y'all blast away at it. Yes. River pulls out his bow. He takes his. He aims. And he looks. He goes, oh well. Oh wait, no, I think he had a hand crossbow. But he aims and he looks and he goes, oh well. It's fallen down. It just seems like I'd be throwing a bolt away at this point.
Keep an eye for any others. We should just be on alert for a
just in
couple minutes,
case.
make sure another one doesn't show up.
He goes ahead and he pulls the trigger on that hand crossbow just because. Although it's technically prone now. So that natural 20 is 13. He has to take the 13 because you have disadvantage on range attacks. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have disadvantage, does he?
Only the one
only
attack.
the next
only
attack.
one
Only
attack
one
gets
attack?
the guiding
Okay.
bolt.
So, yeah, okay. He does have disadvantage. But with his bonuses, he still hits. And I didn't need to roll because it's just a death save, technically. One death save away.
All right.
What do y'all do?
I'm
So-
gonna still approach it, and if it is unconscious, I'm gonna drag it to camp.
Okay.
Keep an eye for any others. I don't want to wake the others up just yet, but if it looks like there's going to be more problems, we'll get them up.
Well, then stop yelling. As I'm like 100 feet away from you.
All right, so Dell does not approach, is only Rumish going up there, correct? All right. Rumish, what you see before you. The body is very spider-like, yes, but where the head of the spider should be is actually this long snake-like neck that comes to a very alien face. It had also equipment, like it had a bag strapped over its back, and it had a lance that is made of a weird white material that you don't recognize, but it is just white. Not, I want to say, like, it almost looks like it's made out of pearl, like a white pearl you'd find in a clam, but it is a
Neat.
long lance-like object made of that material, whatever it is.
Neat.
And the creature is just laying there. It has the huge burn mark from the radiant damage, plus, the strike from you. It is, and also a bolt just sticking out of its butt.
All right. Well, I got to get it back to camp, so I run over it in a circle a while until it falls back down to the camp ragdoll style, like in Dark Souls.
All right, and death save, dead.
I grab it from I just grab two limbs and I
Yeah,
pull it down
it's
to
not going to survive being dragged to a camp. It is roughly your weight. It's the humanoid size. As you're a humanoid, I'm saying roughly because I don't know your weight offhand, nor do I know the weight of giant spiders offhand, and I don't see it listed. So, I'm just saying roughly.
Okay.
And everyone, well, I guess Dell sees it, Germer sees it, everyone else is asleep. Well, that's disturbing, isn't it? Do you bring its equipment?
Oh yeah,
its
yeah, yeah,
lance with you?
definitely
Okay.
everything. So we
Yeah.
can like examine it and see if there are any symbols on it of like maybe dark gods or some
Well,
sort of heraldry or whatever we can glean
The
information
very
wise.
small
it's a
mark at the bottom
tool-using
of the lance
creature,
on
so
the
that
hilt.
tells us a lot right there.
On the bottom of the lance and on the hilt, it says HECHO EN Mexico. Um, and you don't know what that means. Um, no, there's no marks on the lance. I assume you'll go through his pack or her pack. You don't know.
I didn't get the
There-
reference to your joke.
Hecho in Mexico. It's what it says on everything that's made in Mexico.
Oh,
It's just Spanish.
got
See,
it.
everything around here was made in China.
I'm in Texas. It's 50-50. It depends on where you're shopping.
Well,
All right.
okay. So he doesn't have any heraldry. He doesn't have like an ID that tells us that he's on the board of his homeowners association or anything like that.
You know, he has a T-shirt that says, "Let's go Biden" or "Let's go Brandon." And
Or
you're
let's
like,
go-
"What's that about?" And
I'm actually
red
like
hat.
I'm actually kind of serious. Like, is there like a holy item or something? Okay, but
No,
this
but as you go through his pack, you see there in his pack there is a leather pouch that is just stuffed with strips of meat. You're not sure what it's from, but it is uncooked. So that's probably his rations. Other things in his pack. There is money. Whatever this creature is, it understands what a pouch full of gold is worth. You find 14 gold, 12 silver, and 8 copper. If anyone wants to write that down or jot it into their notes.
these things are obviously intelligent.
14, 12, 8.
Did you take the gold there?
No, you can just add it to the other like party gold pieces.
Okay.
I like the idea of having like a party
I don't have
gold
pencil.
reserve
Yeah.
that we can just like pay people for the entire party with that we need stuff like, oh, you need to get this special potion to go into this thing, and it's like, oh, party gold, we'll just take it from that, and then it benefits all of us instead of one person being on the line for anything.
Who is
Very
being
magnanimous with
entrusted?
pirates.
Who is being entrusted with the giant party gold box?
I don't know. I think
The
Dell
ship
is.
fund.
So what were those numbers again?
14, 12, and 8.
You can write them
Gold,
in
silver, copper.
the roll 20
14
chat.
gold. So 12 silver.
Right. And 8 pennies. 12 dimes, 8 pennies.
So we got this lance. It's made.
All right,
You
I've
said
got it.
you said the lance is made of pearl or a pearl-like substance. Is it
It
iridescent?
looks like pearl, but it doesn't feel like it. It actually feels like metal. You've just never seen it before.
Is this mithril?
You can ask people.
Uh,
Ask the dwarf in your party. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
What do you make of this thing?
Shiny.
Well, that's very interesting. I like the way the light reflects off it.
Yeah, it's
Would
iridescent.
I be able to recognize any metal considering what I do?
Well-
Sure.
You're asleep right now.
Oh, they didn't wake you up? Oh, well.
we didn't
then
wake
no.
anybody up.
Shush, Dell. Nobody asked you.
Just in her sleep, just like calls out some random metal names.
I mean, we can wake her up if we want, but
And she wouldn't be mad.
She's like, unobtainium.
Vibranium.
But I kind of want them to try to get the benefit of their long rest. If we can arrange for that, right? Like, if there's no more attacks, then let them rest.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can Tink can look at the lance in the morning.
Which I'm sure she will be fascinated by.
Oh, absolutely.
As soon as she accidentally kills all of you with it, by Sneak what?
Oh wait.
I'm gonna. He had a lantern, and he doesn't have anything like he don't have a diary or map or any of that kind of stuff.
Nah.
Oh,
No, he didn't carry a quick, helpful bag of hints.
well, obviously, if this guy's not a nomad, which I doubt, he looks like a scout. And somebody is probably gonna come looking for this bloke.
Grimmer like reaches over and like holds his head up and like kind of regards it. Oh, he is a handsome bloke, isn't he? He could be a scout.
I mean, does this thing look Yuan-Ti-ish, like a Yuan-Ti with a spider infusion?
Nope, that's definitely not a snake man. That's a Spider Man.
Well, I mean, like, a centaur is like a human with like a horse body, and they look. If you didn't see the horse body, you thought it would be a man, right?
So if I'm
it's not a
getting
snakehead.
from, if I'm
It's
getting
not a
from the
snakehead.
description, this thing's kind of like almost eel-like, or maybe like the xenomorph from Aliens
Alien.
with on like a snaky neck or something like
Yeah,
that.
I would go with that. Xenomorph on a spider body, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit eel-like, but I know I didn't say the word
Oh
eel.
no, I know exactly what these things are. Out of
Yeah,
character.
I know.
I know what they are.
Keith knows what this is as well. I knew it from the moment he started to describe it, but Dell does not.
All right. Your watch ends.
All right. I guess it's my watch next.
Yeah, you and Eudora, I'm thinking.
Sure.
Because it's the last watch.
Hey, Eudora, don't freak out. There's a creature that attacked us in the middle of the night, but we took care of it.
They have this
Pull out my
horrible
sword.
spidery body thing with a horrible like snake head, well, snaky neck, and a head that is not snake-like, but
Until you
somewhere
knock the
between
freak
an
out.
eel and like the predator with the mouth thing. It's none of it's good.
Yeah. You know, my reaction is the same thing it is with any threat. I pull my weapon and keep it ready, you know. That's kind of Eudora's
It
reaction
looks-
for everything.
It looks pretty
I have a weapon.
dead.
It'll be fine.
I'm just saying,
It doesn't
like,
seem to be twitchy. There is a pearlized lance for some reason.
Ooh, shiny.
That's really funny. It looks like you were drinking a cup full of like space just now.
That's
it
how
got
you run this game.
mostly absorbed by your background, except for the outline of the cup.
Just drinking down the phlogiston. Just this is how you run spell.
Oh, yeah.
That's supposed to be a verb.
So
Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster.
That's how you breathe fire.
I
is
believe if
by
I
drinking
drink the
phlogiston.
Galactic Gargle Blaster, you would have to wait till next week to find out what happens next. So, your watch ends fairly uneventfully. There's, you will take note that there's no wildlife. Even at night, there's usually something moving or skittering about, but right now there's kind of nothing. And eventually the sun comes up. Everyone is allowed to awaken.
Allowed to.
You are permitted.
hey, Tank,
Well, the
check.
DM could be like, "You are cursed with permanent sleep," ha ha ha. But I'm not doing that because it doesn't help the story any. It's just funny.
It's just
Well, that's what happens when you fail 3 saves.
Every game, I'm going to start off with everybody making 3 saves. Hey, don't blame me. It was Keith's idea. I just
I'm okay with blaming Keith.
Hey, Tank, check out this
Can't blame
lance.
Keith if
And
we want
also,
to.
and also this weird creature that we killed in the middle of the night because it was a spider thing that was spying on us.
Ah, ew, gross. Ooh, Lance.
Melina's like, Oh no. And she just moves the hell away from the spider monster.
Do not want. Do not want. Okay, what do I find out about the lamps?
All right. How are you inspecting it? Do you have any special skills to inspect things, or are you just gonna?
Investigation?
Okay.
Arcana?
All right. I'll
You're,
take
you're
Arcana or
proficient with
investigation.
smithing, right?
What was that?
You're proficient with smithing tools.
Yeah.
So you would know metals because of your smithing skills.
That's also correct. Yes.
So you can
I
use
don't.
you can use your smithing proficiency. You can use
Essentially, because
investigation.
Right. What he's saying is that you can make a intelligence check with proficiency because you have smithing. You can identify metals with that. Yes.
I know how to do an intelligence check. I think I don't know how to do it with proficiency.
Your proficiencies are under your skill list. So if you go down to where your passive perception, there should be a list of tools,
Yes.
and those are your proficiencies.
Yes.
Your tool proficiencies.
Only it says proficiency question mark.
Well, yeah, you should have like smithing tools question mark query. You click that,
Yes.
and your die
Oh, okay.
roller comes up.
Yeah, it's going to ask you which stat probably, and you know, like you're not going to identify it with your dex, but rather your smarts.
Here we go. Okay, proficiency.
Hooray! With
To
a
be
plus
fair,
5,
a
she'll
plus 5 bonus is good.
It is. She'll
And to be
3.
fair, she just woke up.
Don't talk to me until I had my coffee.
Pretty
Hi, I'm
much.
Tink.
You are, with that roll,
It's me.
with that roll, you are able to identify immediately that whatever it is, you know it's not pearl. It's not made out of pearls, somehow shaped like a lance. It has the properties of metal, but beyond that, the best you can say is as you like lift it, it's lighter than you expected. You have no idea what this is.
It's shiny.
Yeah, I know. All right, mates, what are we going to do with this thing? Are we going to bury it? It seemed intelligent. I don't know. I think maybe burying it might be a good idea. Do we want to take its lance with us? Because
Yeah.
if there are other of them around and they see us with their lances, and that might be awkward.
It'll be fine.
Okay, if you say it's fine, it's fine. I'm perfectly okay with it too. I was just, diplomatically speaking, it might be a little awkward, but I really don't care.
I can't help but wonder if these are the spiders that are infesting this ship that we're hunting for.
I don't know. Was it the thing that attacked the jackal warriors? It could be anything.
Possibly.
Let's pack up. Let's go. I'm gonna put this thing in the ground. I don't have a shovel. Hey,
Make a cairn out of some of the stones.
yeah, that's a good
that's the
idea.
easiest
Drema,
way.
you got a shovel.
Oh yeah, I have a. And he pulls out. It's a small shovel that you keep in like a camp bag. Usually used to dig the hole that you're going to go potty in.
Sure. Hey, it's something we can I can make a depression with. Sounds good.
That means that we've got a hole.
Yeah.
Don't have to dig another.
Oh, there we go. We got a campfire hole. Now, if only it would fit in there. Give me the lance. Poof, poof.
I don't know. You got a sword.
I'm not just combobulating this body. We'll just widen the hole out, put the body in, cover it up.
Everything
Move on
fits
with our
if you
life.
dismember it.
Well, that's pretty dark. I
Just
like it,
making
though.
enough
I mean, it makes
pieces. I
sense.
mean,
She's
and I
not
mean-
wrong.
If it's
Body
anything
duty,
like,
Adora's
if it's
on
anything like
body
actual
duty.
spiders, then its legs will have curled in because spiders' legs are hydraulic, and they move by like hydraulic pressure. So when that goes away, they just kind of
They
close
curl
in.
up and get small. Yeah, exactly. Adora's on body duty. Apparently, she's gonna carve it up, butcher duty.
Hey, I've done worse to smaller spiders.
So
Sure,
it's
I
a
can do
it's a
that.
cute little bunny girl covered in blood.
Well, it wouldn't be blood, wouldn't it? It would be like ichor, right?
Definitely some sort of ichor, yeah.
Well, whatever.
Dickering over, the exact type of viscera that we're dealing
I'm
with.
not squeamish. That's fine.
Melina manages to hold it in. Mm, mm,
Stuff.
but she
stuff,
moves away.
stuff.
Oh, good. Good thing I haven't had breakfast yet.
Hey, he was probably gonna eat us. I don't feel sorry for him.
All right.
You know how the creatures out here are.
You're talking to the bite-sized one here. I am completely on your side here.
Yeah, you would have been first, Tinker. You know it.
Derma will go and unhook the axe beaks and get them back to their carts and get everything ready to go.
All right. As soon as we're all ready and we've got things camp packed up and Spider Guy dealt with, I guess we continue on.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You begin entering this valley between these kind of I don't want to say sheer cliffs, but the angle on them that makes it look like climbing would be difficult if you needed to. The red sand that you from the desert area begins to fade out over the course of the morning as it starts to lead towards noon, into where you're walking on what feels like mostly rock. The rock is very dark, like pretty much dark gray to almost black. And you don't see any tracks or anything because it is rock.
Oh.
You don't hear a lot of like noises from animals or other things that you might normally hear when you're out in the wild. Yes, Corey.
I just wanted to make sure that you understood that I did retrieve my javelin from that encounter that we had.
Oh, okay, cool. And since you brought the body down, Dermer will have also grabbed his bolt out of the thing's butt. All right, Tinker, just say that out loud for the viewers at home.
Tinker's next step with the lance is to see if she can try and chip off a tiny piece of it where it won't cause any structural issues.
All right, just take a chunk of the handle or something, maybe just a little.
Yeah.
scraping.
She's
All
doing a
Back of the
biopsy.
Well, she's doing it to the lance, not the spider, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that the spider would have a pommel, so nor do I really care about the structural damage.
You could call it a pommel if you want to handle it that way. No.
No, because it doesn't pass the Harkness test, as far as I can tell.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
Oh, you're a better person than I am, then. Okay.
Things we're learning about you.
My entire podcast is about cryptids and supernatural creatures. Don't judge me. 17.
All right, with a 17, yeah, you're able to, because you have the tools and such to do it. You're able to take a scraping without a problem. The metal is strong, but you know what you're doing, and
I am stronger.
And you have the right tools, which I think is probably much more accurate.
I am a tool user. Fear me.
The most important part.
For no reason, while
Right
she's
tools.
like doing this, the fairy begins to flex.
And start saying this. I am a tool user. Fear
Her
me.
spindly arms. All right, so, and as you study it, go ahead and give me Are you still studying the metal, or are you going for Arcana or something different?
She wants to learn everything that she can. Like, if she could literally take it apart and still put it back together again, she would.
Then I guess a straight investigation at this point.
Woo!
Nice. With that, all right. So a lance, long pointy end, comes out and begins to widen out to like a cylindrical like funnel shape, and then there's a pommel that sticks, or the handle that sticks out, and you're able to, as you look inside it, and you're studying this thing, you've taken scraping, studied the metal, and you look inside that, you do see that there are intricate shapes. You don't immediately see it as being runes or anything arcane because it's just so alien to you.
I take a little bit.
All right, I'll just say, let me finish. The pattern does like strike you as interesting, and as you trace a finger over it, you see that the you know how a pearl has like that kind of almost rainbow like look to it.
Iridescent.
You see it shimmer, and that's when you're like, oh, this is something in here, and you realize it's not designed for human hands or humanoid hands, but he didn't have any. So you're like, well, how did this work? And you realize that there are ways for him to hold it inside of that funnel and to manipulate it and aim it, and even with just very slightest touches, do something. Now make a quick additional roll to not do something bad.
Investigation again?
Yeah, I'll give you investigation. That's fine. And you as you do, you feel it begin to vibrate and warm. Not, I want to say warm up, but begin.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yes, it's about to do something, and you pull your hand back in time, and you feel the energy in it subside. Like it doesn't do anything, but you're aware that it can do something if you continue that. But now that you're aware of that, you can look around and make sure you're not accidentally aimed at Kihos. Because, he likes
she looks
to
around,
holes.
turns, aims it at a boulder instead, like off in the distance.
All right.
Continues to poke at it. In fact, she's going to take a little bit of like sand or dirt, dust, to see if it's like grooves, so that way she can get a better look at them to get contrast.
All right. You can do that, and you can also aim at the boulder and do it. And when you do, like a beam of dark energy like shoots out noiselessly and strikes the boulder.
What? It's mine.
The boulder seems largely unaffected, but you did something. Like you go and you inspect the boulder and you don't see anything changing. Because you can flit off the moving.
Are there any
go check out the
lizards?
boulder, then flit back.
Are there like any lizards around?
You're like, yes, must hit flesh. I'll allow perception to spot a lizard.
It's for science.
And lunch.
I mean, she dazzled me with science.
You're like, are there any lizards around? You look right at Drimmer, and you're like, reptilian? No, that's not right.
That was coming. I knew that was coming.
And he just smiles at you, just cluelessly. Having fun.
Like, no.
What is that thing? You like point it right at him, and he's like, hi.
Do I pose?
Think of the children. Think of the children. At this point, she would probably go with Arcana to try and figure out what that just was.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Are we going to have to set up a weapon mount on the cart for you with this thing?
That could be interesting. All right.
Tink
you are-
becomes our heavy gunner.
whatever it is just alien enough that it doesn't make any sense to you.
She's still going to keep poking at it. Not necessarily right now, but it'll definitely. It's her current puzzle.
All right. And the day drags on. The hills around you are growing in size to the point that you feel like you call them mountains now. And I need to know who's in the lead and who's in the very back. It sounds like Tinker might be in the back.
Tinker's in the middle towards the back. She's definitely not first.
Well, there's two carts, right?
Who's first
So-
and who's last?
I think Drummer knows the way to go. So
All right, so Drummer can be first if you'd like.
sure.
Yeah, his cart. And didn't we have it so that he had like Melina and Quijos riding with him?
You're right. He had Melina and Kios because Kios wasn't there, so it was the all me
Yeah.
cart and the all you guys cart.
And then we had Ramush driving the other cart with Eudora and myself in that one, and then Tinker was just kind of flitting back and forth between them because she could.
Right.
Using my
Okay.
rotating trance proficiency to drive the cart.
Yeah.
All right. So the second cart, I guess that makes Eudora pretty much the back. If I'm following all that right.
I guess.
Yes, she is the
Yeah.
fluffy bunny tail.
All right, Eudora. Also in your cart, Dell is a little distracted because he's driving.
No,
Wait, who's
Ramush is
driving?
driving.
Oh,
Ramush
Ramush
is driving.
So okay, so Dell and Eudora. I need a perception check. You can pick a leader, or you can both roll.
I'll give you advantage, Eudora.
Sounds good.
All right. With an 18, you hear the sound of rumbling, like rocks, like sliding. It kind of clicks for you fairly quick with an 18. They're like, okay, there might be rocks sliding around on these mountains around us. There's no like, this isn't a civilized area. There's a rock slide sign that says, hey, this is a dangerous area. But you just kind of pick up on that. You're like, oh no. And you look around, and what strikes you with an 18 as odd is that even with the echo, you're able to tell that it sounds like it's coming from the tops of both of the mountains on either side of you and just behind you. You see that the rocks are starting to slip and fall, and because you rolled high enough, you have time to tell everybody, hey, this is just behind us, this is happening, the rocks are sliding.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to yell out and call everyone's attention to it.
All right,
Everybody dies.
rocks are falling, and maybe everyone won't die. Ramesh, as one of the cart drivers, you are, I assume, proficient again this morning?
Yes.
Or this afternoon at this point. You and then Drummer can both roll to increase your, speed temporarily for not being hit by boulders.
Meh.
And that's when I fail. It had to happen eventually, and now it's gonna hit everybody. That's an NPC. Oh, and Kihos.
So I didn't take the vehicle proficiency, but I did take animal handling proficiency. So I would like to encourage the Axebeak to go faster now.
You're giving him advantage then.
Yes.
I'd be all right. I'll tell you what. You can either give him advantage or you can roll. Your choice.
He's the guide. He's in control.
You want me to roll again then? All right, here goes.
Yeah.
Roll better than a 5. Did we do better than a 5? 7. Well, the good news is that is just enough because this was the lead cart. As he increases speed, he only had to break a 10. The cart behind, however, had a higher number to break, but that number was 12. So you both, it's like the rocks come crashing. Tinker, as you're fleeing between, you're like, ah! And you have to like grab onto a cart. It doesn't matter which one, because both of them are just barely in front of the rocks that come crashing down and filling the area behind you, kind of trapping you from the ability to go backward, but not destroying you. It becomes kind of obvious at this point that this was planned, because you know that there's no reason that rock slides would just coincidentally happen on both sides of the valley the exact same moment. There's just no way, especially with Eudora's roll earlier. No, that didn't happen. That's not a coincidence. But everyone survives. No one gets to take any damage, despite my attempt.
I'm a little upset that we made the rolls and that Kios wouldn't like stand on top of the cart punching the boulders away like He-Man.
Well, that would be amazing. I don't think he's a barbarian. He-Man, I feel, is a barbarian.
That's fair.
No, he wasn't ragey enough to be a barbarian. Some of us,
you know, those little
pals
comics, the little comics that came with the action figures when they first came out. The original origin story for him was literally he came from a barbarian tribe. They didn't have Prince Adam. DC added that when they bought it.
But that does mean that he was what we would give the barbarian class to.
DC didn't buy He-Man, but Filmation.
They bought the rights to the comic stuff.
They made a comic tie-in. Filmation.
Filmation made the cartoons.
DC
bought the rights to the comic part. DC said, we need to give him an alternate identity for some reason. The toys that made us. It's a really weird.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Filmation that created the character of Adam as the alter ego. It was actually DC Comics and the
weird.
DC Comics.
Being like, we got to make him Eternian Superman.
Right, because he fought Superman in that one issue, the DC Comics Presents, where Skeletor mind controls He-Man and they're like fighting each other, and He-Man's kicking Superman's butt because He-Man's made of magic.
Which is also why Shazam wins, or Captain Marvel if you're old school.
Nerd.
Yes, as we play D&D, I don't feel like you can insult us for that. All right. So anyway, He-Man references aside, I know my He-Man boy.
Yes, you do.
Yep, that is what has happened. You have pulled forward. You did not get crushed by rocks. What do y'all do next?
Keep on. Keep pushing.
I think we were just trying to be assassinated.
Yeah, we want to get away from that.
Or find
I'm
out who.
Making assumption here.
Run up the mountain and see who's assassinating us.
Ooh, there's an idea. Can I fly up and see who did it?
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, you can fly. Jeez.
All right. It's kind of like my cockatiels. Oh, right, I have wings. They do that sometimes.
All right, you fly upwards. I believe your movement is the same as your walking speed, just you can go vertical.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you move 30 feet up as your movement, and you look around and perception check. Okay, with that, you see, with a 16, yeah, sure. You see one on either side. More of these spider, snake, eel creatures. One on each side of one of the cliffs. They look right at you, and they're going to pull up two more of each one of has one more of those lance things, and they're aiming them at you and taking shots. Would you like to make an initiative check with me? I'm sure you don't, but you're going to do it anyway.
Fight me.
Well, you exceeded me. Um, so, lucky you. What would you like to do with your initiative?
I would like to
Oh,
close my.
just so you know, before you say what you're going to do, because it's a setting description that I should have given. You flew. You couldn't see them from where you were until you flew up. So they right now they can aim at you because you're of your current height. Now, what would you like to do?
She would not have flown up with the lance because she would not have trusted herself to be able to use that. So what she's going to do is could they get a shot off at us where we're at on the canyon floor?
You couldn't see them, so most likely they could not have seen you if you had not flown up.
Okay.
However, I will say, since you asked, if we're in combat rounds, there's nothing stopping them from walking forward and shooting downward.
Yeah.
But right now, from where they're currently standing, no, they could not see you.
She is basically going to close her wings so that way she drops down real quick, and then she'll gradually open them up to when she gets below danger range, and then open them up to go back to her usual speed.
Okay. Do you do anything else? Say anything? Do anything?
I'm gonna also be yelling out, "We got company!
Okay.
4 lances!"
All right. With that, I will let everyone else join the initiative.
And I have a +2 to mine, as you'll recall.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's see which one you were. You were
Because of my feet.
14. All right. Okay. 15, 20.
I mean, you can add that in to your character sheet by going to your character sheet, hitting the little gear icon, and then right in the middle row column, there's something that says initiative modifier, and you can just type that +2 right there, and then it'll always be there.
Good to know. I will do that right now.
All right. Dell, the bad news for you is you are effectively to have the surprise condition. So you're going to continue doing things you would normally do if you didn't know you were in combat, because you went on 20, which means you went technically first. You knew that she flew up to see what was going on. What would you have done, unaware of what would happen to her?
Well, she flew up to see what was going on, so I was watching her just to see. I'm pretty much willing to scratch this round, though, for anything other than like reacting to her suddenly dropping and shouting. So for next round, I'll be able to prepare a spell, but I guess I'll get a guiding bolt ready in case something shows over the boulders.
All right, cool. You can totally prep an action. So you prep the spell of guiding bolt, and if you see something, you can then declare that you fire at it, which makes total sense.
That is the best thing to do.
All right, Tinker already went. Rummish.
All right. Do I hear the warning?
Yeah, you do, because she went directly before you. So you are the first to react to her saying, "We got company."
All right.
And she said they have more lances. So whatever it is, they have more lances. And you could probably associate that to being more spider monster people.
We need to split up. And I get down, and like I can't drive the cart up the side of a valley. It'll be fine down there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to it, hopefully.
My thing has frozen on. It says rolling the dice, but it has not told me what the initiatives are for my 2 NPCs. It just says it's stuck saying rolling the dice.
They don't
That
get
means
any.
they go on 0.
I know, I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Anyways, I'll make I'll start going up the hillside, mountainside, whatever we're doing, I'll do a dash.
It is a climb check.
It is
which
a climb check.
Athletics.
Okay.
I know. I'm pretty sure I said it earlier that the is become sheer, and it's not sheer, but it is at a point where it would be difficult to move up.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. Hey, there they are. Finally. All right. We'll say that Brimmer, he prepared his hand crossbow, and then Melina doesn't go yet, so we're not worried about her. She goes absolutely last.
So, yeah, I'll start heading myself on up the side of the cliff. I will get my shield out though. As I'm climbing up. Shield's on the outside of my arm, so I think I can climb up with a shield. What do you say? Yes, no, no?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, if you're okay, then we're good. If otherwise, I'll say I don't have a shield.
It's at most it would make the climb check slightly more difficult, but let's see. Yeah, 14. Yeah, you're fine. Essentially, it's difficult, but it's not impossible. The only real reason I'm making you roll is because you can't take your time because you're in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That brings us down to after Ramesh is Eudora. You can't see the bad guys yet, but you know they're coming.
I'm just going to get my sword ready and try to advance to a point where I can see what's going on. Try to see if I can get up higher to get a better view.
Okay. Athletics check.
All right.
Or are you gonna hop up there? Well, you still need an athletics check to land on a surface that's not flat. So we'll say athletics.
All right. 1 second here. I'm looking at my
It's the first skill on the list.
Yeah, no. I'm looking at
second.
one of
I
my
think
feet.
acrobatics
I
is
have the lucky footwork feat, so I'm just double checking what it does.
I think that's a saving throw bonus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that wouldn't apply. Okay, I was just looking to see what it applied to. Okay.
Yeah, you can make it if you have to make a dex saving throw to get out the way. That works out in your favor. But
Oh.
actually, you now have advantage on your dex saving throw to not fall down that hill.
Yeah, darn. All right.
You're running up that hill, which I believe is a song.
No, it doesn't say I get advantage. It says that if
you're
I fail
really
the
into
saving
Stranger
throw,
Things right now.
if I fail the saving throw, then I can roll a d4 and add it to the save.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So not advantage, but still helpful.
Right.
All right. So
Yeah.
make your dex save.
So let me roll my. Pretty good. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm gonna spoil it. Everyone died. The end.
Okay.
It's glory.
You're into cryptids. You don't watch Stranger Things.
Yeah,
It
that's
does
just
seem a little odd.
weird.
Interesting choice.
The 80s were not a good time for me, man.
I understand that too.
Well, see, that's the fun part about Stranger Things is it's around nerds who also were not enjoying the 80s.
Not wrong.
Okay, I think I made it right.
Yeah, you're good. You don't even have to throw out that extra D4. You are able
Yeah, I
actually.
didn't think so.
You're gonna be like with a 17. You land. You don't fall or roll down. You're able to catch yourself. But if you want to throw out that D4, you can get a 3 or a 4. That'll get you to 20 or above. I will let you make people
See what I
automatically
can see
die for
then.
climbing mountains. Because that's not a good story.
I have lucky footwork, man. It's a Herringon thing.
She's a bunny. I feel like that there are other races, like the satyr should be pretty good, because I've seen goats run up hills with no problem.
Yeah, true.
Is satyr a thing you can play? I think it is.
They've got just about everything available for play now.
Oh, that's right. The girl on the Ashley Johnson plays one. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Because she keeps saying fawn, and I forget that's a satyr.
You're just not fond of the name.
Oh. All right. So what is your action again? It was to prep for when it comes.
Yeah, and I was
Alright.
just trying to get to a higher vantage point so that I could get a better view if possible.
All right. Your movement is still 30 though, right? You don't have extra movement beyond that.
No, no.
And you didn't go straight up the middle with vertical flight, so therefore you're against the wall. They cannot see you yet,
Okay.
but now they can because it's 10 and it's Neogi turn. I mean, spider creature monsters.
Yes, that.
But it says Neogi right here. I typed it, so it's my fault. All right.
I'm
So
just glad.
they do what would be the most logical answer when your
Okay,
people see you.
I do have a question. Was I able to see anything?
Not from 30 feet. They couldn't see you, therefore you couldn't see them. But they're gonna on their turn move forward to the edge and look down.
Okay, fair enough.
Did you want to prep an action? Because you could have done that.
Yeah. You know what? Since I don't know what's coming, I'm gonna have my my bow ready. Since I realize we may have a ranged attack before I can.
So
get
they're
to
gonna
that
lean
spell.
over the edge of the mountain and begin to fire down. But first, they have a crossbow, a bow, and a spell going off at them. That I'm gonna have to roll the crossbow. Then you guys gotta roll the other two, and you should know who you are and what you're doing. I missed. Dell, you did not miss. But Drummer did. Ouch. Well, now I know who I'm shooting at.
And the next person that attacks gets advantage on their attack.
Against
Sarah,
that
make your
creature.
bow shot.
Okay.
All right, so that's a goal. 9 to hit.
Does
Sorry.
she not get advantage
Yeah.
though because of the guiding bolt? The very next attack gets advantage.
I'll tell you
for-
what, she has a 50-50 if she targeted the same one you did. So, Sarah, odd or even?
Even.
Okay. I rolled a 1, that's odd. So now she targeted the other guy.
Okay.
So,
Good try though. Good try.
yeah.
Before my next turn, the next attack against the one that I shot gets
Right.
advantage.
Absolutely. All right. So they got shot at. You did 17 radiant damage to one of them. The other one is healthy, and they're now going to shoot at you guys. Starting with Dell because you shot me, so I get to shoot you. That seems totally fair.
Oh, hey. I have a bonus for my bonus action. I'm gonna try to hop out of view.
Unfortunately, your turn is past. You can't go backtrack to a bonus action. You prepared so you could do something.
Oh, I
outside of
see
your
what you're
turn.
saying. Okay, yeah. Never mind then. You're right. You're right.
All right. So let's start with shooting Dell because who doesn't want to shoot Dell?
He's just got a shootable face.
All right, Dell, does a 14, not 14, sorry, a 19 hit you?
I think it does, sadly.
Yeah. Well, not for me. All right. You will take 10 necrotic damage from a blast from a lance.
Oh, necrotic damage.
As it begins to like just sear away the meat in your chest and creating a horrible rotting smell. And you have
Yeah,
a
I
hole.
don't like that. That is bad.
He's like, "How dare you?"
Tinker goes, "Oh, so that's what it does."
That's
is
what the
most
hole in the
rude.
jackalwares were.
All right. So that is one shot Dell. Other targets. I'm gonna go. It's between Eudora and Drummer. You want to be odd or even, Eudora?
Let's
I'm gonna
go with
shoot you.
odd.
Okay, you say odd, so I'm going to shoot you if it's even, or we shoot you if it's odd. No, I'll shoot you if it's even. I think about it. All right, it's even. I'm shooting you, Dora. It's not your lucky day. You picked odd.
Apparently
Uh,
not.
does a 6 hit you?
No.
Are
Not
you
so
sure?
much.
That's cute.
That is very cute, yes.
All right. Okay, so on your cart, a piece of the wood develops a blackened hole, and it looks odd. But rotting tree doesn't smell near as bad as rotting meat, so that's not so bad. And that happened, and now after them, oh, you know what? They will finish their movement and move backwards because they don't want you to shoot them back because they're silly like that. Kios.
All right. So I've seen from the lead cart looking back. I see the two shots,
All right.
and I hear Rummish say "split up." So I'm gonna go the opposite direction, whichever way Rummish went. I'm gonna try to make very quick work of this, as I have my little anime moment to bonus action, Peerless Athlete, to like a gentleman's rage. I think that's how I would describe it. And then my action to cast jump. So I have a standing vertical of 39 feet and a standing long jump of 54 feet. So I'm going to try to very quickly get to where I saw the shot, opposite of Rummish.
I guess I'll leave it up to Dell then. Dell, you saw which way Rummish went.
Mhm.
Which one he went after? Would you have gone after? Would you have shot that one or the other one?
Honestly, I shot the first one that I saw, so it's even odds either way.
All right. Are you odd or even?
Let's say I'm odd.
I agree. And so do the dice. All right. So, you went after the one that Rummish jumped up towards. So, Kios, that gives you the option. You said you went the opposite way of that, so
Yes.
you will not have advantage. But you're not attacking this round. You're just there in front of him, right?
Yeah, no, I used my bonus action to make my incredible leap to get to him as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And athletics, if necessary. I want to get into as close as I can.
Yeah. The downside of not having a battle map is I have to remember where everybody is in my head. And I actually
I want to
made a
charge
battle
and get
map,
there quickly.
and then I found out there are no Neogi tokens, and then I got lazy and didn't make any, and then the game started.
I understand.
But if you'd like, I could reveal the part of the battle map if y'all are just interested in seeing what I made. If you go to the current battle map, the current screen, I think we're on the right one. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we are.
It's all black.
And not at the bottom. On the bottom right, there is a corner.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to show it to the audience. Okay, the audience can see that.
It's brown.
It's very
That's right.
brown.
It's not black.
I actually have a token.
You guys would be. Let me ping it for you. Oh, this is the button to ping, I think. Yeah, you're there. Exactly. Where Corey pinged. But keep in mind that there are rocks behind you. You can't go backwards.
By the way, I don't want to be that guy, but my character's name is Rumush, not Rumish.
Sorry,
Oh,
it's,
sorry.
it's
I'm
the
just going off the way I
Yankee.
wrote it. My bad.
You're lucky I don't call you rubbish half the
It's-
time. It
it's-
means don't stick in Tinker's head.
It's it's an Arabic word, so
Oh,
Rumush
say Arabic?
Beetlejuice. Yes, Arabic.
Okay, but you gotta get your name correct.
No, that's how you say that word is Arabic. Yeah, we say in English Arabic, yes. It's Arabic.
Okay. Um, that's not what I've heard. Is all I can say.
I know what it means, but Howard says okay like that.
Like, there's no point in having this argument. Yeah, she's right.
We have spider creatures to kill.
Yes.
You really do. All
We
right.
have spider creatures to kill.
Okay, so Kios went. Oh, it's Melina's turn, and currently none of them are visible, and she's not the type to climb a wall. She will prep a spell that can go off before the start of her next turn. Dell.
Me or Tinker?
Dell, you go on 20.
And Tinker went on 21.
No, she went after you, but she started the combat. So we had to backtrack a little to see
I
what
thought
you would have
she
done
rolled a
prior to
21.
combat
Her
happening.
initiative is 21.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have it as 16. Did I write something down wrong?
That was her
that was
perception.
Perception.
Oh, I copied down the wrong thing. That's my bad. And what I meant to say was Tinker. That means I kind of screwed Dell over. I apologize.
Oh.
Math is hard. Tinker grabs the lance and wants to, if she's going to experiment, two horrible spider snake creatures, one lance. Going to try and experiment on them with it.
Neat.
I'm sure you have disadvantage on this weapon.
But if you shoot at the sparkling one, then you'll get the chance. You'll cancel that.
That's true.
Possibly.
You have worked with him enough. I would say that you've probably gotten a hint of what Guiding Bolt does because you're also skilled in Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to, the one he guided bolt, if you'd like to aim at that one.
I will do that.
It's got sparkles around it.
What do I roll?
It is going to be you would, let's see, you're not proficient, but you don't have disadvantage. So just make a straight dexterity roll to aim the weapon. It is a range attack. Nice. All right.
This giant ass lance, and she's like,
You feel no like kick to it. It's not like any of the guns you've used in the past
No
or
gunpowder.
played with.
kick.
It just, you rub your finger over the symbols or the weird patterns, and in the way that you did before, but this time you don't pull back and you just keep going, and you see the surge of energy build, and there's that slight vibration, and then a bolt of necrotic energy strikes your target, and you roll a d10.
Nice. D10. Oops.
We adding dex to
Oh,
this
you
damage?
can also add your dex, which is +3. Which I realize now I forgot to add their dex. when I did it
Wait,
earlier.
That's a
Sorry, I
D20.
had a random window pop up and I clicked on it and it did my Smith's tools for some random
To roll it,
reason.
just do this. Do /R space 1d10 plus 3. Perfect.
Better than nothing.
All right. Well, he's not thrilled that you have one of their weapons, and he's already taken a lot of damage. He is. Let me double check. He is still up. But he's not happy. So that was your turn. Unless you have a bonus action or something else you'd like to do.
that's pretty much what I'm doing. Probably that and
Alright.
tackling maniacally now that she's figured out how to do it.
All right, Bill.
So, since Ramush ran off of the cart, leaving the animals to run wild without any guidance, I'm going to try and grab the reins and take control of our cart.
That's a good
My
idea.
trance proficiencies were healer's kit and land vehicles, so
You're good. In theory. Let's see what the dice say.
so
The dice agree.
excellent. So my turn is trying to take control of our cart and keep us from crashing and dying while all this fighting is going on.
All right.
Sounds like a
Then
good plan.
it pretty much is. Drimmer is next. He is also running a cart. He's going to do that and also reload, which is a weapon interaction and it's not a big deal. But I think, oh no, it's an action to reload because he doesn't have the thing. Okay. So yeah, Drimmer's just kind of with you there. He does not get to reload though because he doesn't have a feat for that. Ramoosh.
Thank you. I'll continue climbing towards my intended victim. Do I have to make another climbing roll? Do I have to make that every turn?
How far you got? 30 feet up? Is that correct or 60?
I drew my shield so it's like 30.
Okay. Then you're going to have to make another 30 feet to get to the top.
Okay. So
So
athletics.
you will have to make a roll.
Well, that's terrible.
You can make a dex save to not roll down the hill.
How's
That's
that?
good news.
All right.
But that does cost you. Yeah, I mean, your movement and your action are pretty much getting to where you are. You're doing nothing else.
Got it.
All right. And then let's see who's next. After Ramoosh is Eudora.
I'm gonna try to take another shot with my bow.
That's a good shot with your bow.
Ooh, roll some damage at me. Do
Actually,
you remember?
I have improved critical, so
Oh, so a 19 is a crit for you?
it is, yes.
Neat. Then you can double the dice. If you want, just roll longbow, and then I think it's a D8 is the damage longbow, so just roll an additional D8 after if you want.
Okay, I can do that.
Can you remind me real quick? Do you remember if you were attacking Dells or not?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
And then one more D8.
Your D8s don't like you. But it does say to add a +5. How did you get a 4 with a +5? I don't understand the dice.
Rolled
on this thing.
yeah.
It's not +5 damage, it's +3 damage. Plus.
Oh, it's +3 damage. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the +5 is to hit.
Skill to hit, right? All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Had a dumb moment.
Again, just a little
But
time.
yes, so he takes 6 points.
Again,
Cool.
just a little time saver for you, there, Sarah. Under each of your
Uh-huh.
weapons, if you hover over it, you'll see a little gear icon appear next to that weapon. You click it, and you can change the crit range from 20 to 19 or 20 or whatever you want.
Okay, nice.
Hey,
Cool.
Sarah. That particular one was not looking well, and it actually didn't matter. It actually, sadly, didn't matter that you got the crit thing, improved crit. But with that, you can do all the most awesome stuff. How does he die?
Let's say hard in the arrow in the chest, straight into the heart.
All right. It buries deep into his chest to the point that you almost don't see the fletching at the end. The arrow is almost all the way through, like it is this close to just passing right through.
Nice.
And his whole form just kind of crumples as his legs no longer care to hold him up, and he falls, and his face just kind of slaps the ground.
Oh, like that scene in Indiana Jones.
Probably. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you remember the spider creature in Indiana Jones when it died and it fell flat on the ground?
No, with all the arrows in behind, right? He just goes flat on his face.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't remember a spider creature in Indiana Jones. It's been a bit, but I feel like I don't remembered it.
It wasn't the one we don't talk about.
Oh, was it a 4? Because I have no idea what happened in 4, and I know I saw it. I know that there are aliens, and I'm sad.
We throw the spider creature off the cliff, and then we turn to our friend and we say, "No ticket."
All right, the other one, seeing its friend die or its ally die, looks down at y'all, considers for a moment, and is going to turn and run.
Oh, I bet it is.
How
there.
close did I get to it with my
You're there.
epic jump? Cool.
You can take that action.
Awesome. Because no, you don't.
No.
Ooh, with a 7, maybe you do.
He has a slightly better armor class than 7. So, yeah, he sees all that happen, and he looks right at you, and he raises one spidery leg up, and you feel like if it had fingers, and then he splits.
So, Corey, when I change my crit range in the gear section, how do I type that in? Do I put just like 19/20 or 19
I think you just write
20
I think you just write 19 and everything 19 and
19?
above becomes. I
Okay,
think so.
Cool.
Don't hold me
Yes.
to that, but that's what I think how it works.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Kios, he is 60 feet away from you.
All right. With a running start, I've got a 70-something foot jump, 78-foot jump. So
Yeah.
I want to try to tackle or grapple him.
Okay.
If I can.
For a moment, I thought you were gonna like pull a straight, Harrigan, just jump over him, like we're all bunnies here.
Oh, I thought he was gonna do like a death from above, like Mario stomp, like whoop whoop, like.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Well, if he positions
be
his
cool.
sword just right as he comes down.
All right.
Yeah, like
So
the
I believe
Link.
to grapple is an athletics check.
Yes, which I do at advantage. I'm going for the neck because I feel like that's a vulnerable spot on this.
Fair.
With the 23.
It's a good roll. All right. It didn't come up for me. I don't see it, but I'm sure you're telling the truth.
love that
Oh
they
wait,
grow
it
in
did. But then Sarah rolled something. That's what happened.
Did?
Yeah, I see Kios rolling a 23 with his greatsword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
And after
no,
that,
great
some-
sword. Wait, what was that?
Athletics.
Oh, you know what?
23
When
is
I was trying
athletics.
to,
Oh yeah,
okay.
it's athletics, and then Sarah rolled something.
The
Okay.
great sword was
yeah, sorry, I was trying to adjust the damage, and I guess I must have clicked it accidentally. Sorry
It's
about
all
that.
good. All right, a 23 definitely grapples him.
Oh,
I believe he gets to make a save. Oh, not a save, but it's a contested skill check against. He can do acrobatics or athletics, and he does not exceed a 23 because that's a lot. And therefore, you have grappled a spider monster.
All right.
the great sword
Good
was
job.
the great sword was an attack of
Melina?
opportunity, by the way.
Sees nothing. It was like her spell fizzled that she had prepped. And she's not going to prep another spell to fizzle because why throw away your spell slots like that? So she's going to sit in her cart and be like, those things are gross.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the top of the round, top of the next round. Tinker.
Can I get off a shot?
Oh, you have the elevation. You can see them. You can, but it's currently grappled by your friend. So if
That's
you
why I was
hit it-
saying, like, I didn't know if I could.
I'm going to give you disadvantage to not hit your friend, or you can not ignore the disadvantage. But if you miss, you definitely hit your friend. Your choice.
How much do I really like him? I mean,
The better
uh,
question is, how does he tend to receive arrows, and usually grinning?
Yeah, but this is a negative energy blast.
yeah, slightly different from an arrow. How far away from me are they?
About 40 feet. Oh, wait, no, he ran 60. So it'd be, in addition to you being up in the middle of the valley straight up, that would be 80 feet.
Okay, basically further than I can fly. Screw
You
it.
get close enough with your movement to easily fire with your lance.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking. And she's gonna go, yo, duck.
All right. So you're not taking the disadvantage. Is that my understanding?
That is correct.
Don't miss. Oh, and you do not. All
I had a
right.
good feeling about it.
Good, good. All right. You shoot it, and it zeroes in on your target
+3.
for your dex. Yeah. All right. Kios, you heard the duck, and before you can even really do anything about that, you smell this horrible, like, singed rotten meat smell that just like fills your nose. And you don't know what that is, but you don't feel any pain, so you know it's not you.
Which is the important thing.
Del Starwind.
Still driving.
All right. You don't need
Do
to
you
make
need
an
me to
extra
make
roll
another roll?
because there's nothing aggravating them at the moment.
Okay.
And then we go down to Drimmer, who will do the same because he can't see anything to shoot at anyway.
I'm gonna actually start slowing the birds to try and bring them to a stop, bring the cart to a stop, because otherwise we're gonna leave our friends behind at this point.
All right. His cart was ahead of you. Do you say anything?
Yeah, I'll shout out for him to stop as well.
All right. Then Drimmer will, on his action, mirror that. Ramoosh.
All right. Is the Neogi that I was climbing towards dead, or was that the other one?
I believe you went after Dell, so it is dead.
Yeah, Kios went the other direction. Okay, I'll slide back down and head towards the cart.
Okay. Eudora. Oh, well, actually, you need to make an athletics check.
All right.
Unless you want to go slow and do half movement. Your choice.
Wah, wah, wah.
Follow that with a dex save.
I'm stuck on the side of a mountain.
Essentially, you can move. You get down 30 feet, but not 60 feet. And you're like, shh. And you manage to catch yourself, and you're fine. All right. Moving on to Eudora.
All right. Do I have a ready target for my bow?
No, well, did you jump up the mountain? You did, right?
Uh-huh.
But were you attacking Dells or the other one? You were attacking
I
Dells,
killed
right?
Dells, remember?
Right. Oh, but you're at the top, so you can look and see, but from you, so that'd be another 20. You are at 100, but with your longbow that you can hit 100, so you can. However,
I can't.
you have a friend currently grappling the target so that you can either be at disadvantage and if you hit, it definitely hits the bad guy, or you can ignore the disadvantage, but if you miss, you put one in Kihos.
All right, so if I do it with disadvantage, then I don't hit him.
Yeah, you'll either hit your target or you'll just miss because you're being careful.
Okay, yeah, let me do it with disadvantage then. Well, look,
you are,
how much?
you are kinder than Tinker.
Like, quick question. If I wanted to get in melee range, how long would it take me to close the
Can you
distance?
jump 40 feet? Because
Ooh.
that would be jumping across the entire valley from one cliffside to the other.
How do I know how far I can jump?
What's your strength score?
It is uh
'Cause I've got to jump like that, and I've got two
yeah,
magic effects. So
no, it's I have a very poor strength score. It's only 8. I have a -1 to my strength. I'm fast. I'm not strong.
Do you have anything that adds to your jump as a bunny person?
Yes, I think. Well, no. Let me see. Hang on.
Because, all right, you said it's an 8. And how tall are you? That's up to you.
Hang
Totally.
on.
You get to pick it.
Yeah, the only thing I have is I have the rabbit hop, which it says as a bonus action I can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times my proficiency bonus without provoking opportunity attacks.
Oh, so you can jump 10 feet without getting a, but it does. It's not a full jump. It's just a 10-foot jump, which is still
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it is. Yeah.
All right, it says right here, assuming you're the same size as the average person, it's which this calculator lists at 6 feet because average people are all my height. You get to go 8 feet horizontally. Your high jump is 2 feet off the ground. You can reach up and grab something 11 feet off the ground. Running start, your long jump is only 4 feet. That is not much. I think it's the 8 foot. I
No.
think the 8 feet
Okay.
is the
So how
problem.
else could I close the distance? Like, would it take a couple of turns or?
Pretty much, yeah. You would have to run down the mountain or jump down the mountain and jump up the other mountain. So yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna shoot with disadvantage then, because who knows what'll happen in a couple turns.
But it is super sweet of you to choose to not hit your friend. And
Ooh.
both of those would have hit. So an
Oh,
18
not the 18?
I said both of those.
Oh,
So
both
18
of them.
hits.
Okay, I thought you said one of.
Yeah, no, an
Okay.
18 hits. He's not like a plate mail Spider Man.
Okay. I was gonna say.
You don't know. They have freaking, death
Ooh.
lances.
Wait, why is it that much? Hang on.
Longbow
feels
is
like
8
two-
with a bonus for your dex, so that could happen.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I just wanted to make sure I hadn't screwed it up when I changed the damage, but no, I guess that is just off one roll. Okay.
All right, so it takes 10 more. Kios, an arrow appears in this thing's neck that you are holding. You're just like, poof, right in front of your face. You're like, whoop.
You're like,
shot.
well, that was close.
You're
You,
like, I'm really
you
glad
don't
my
know
friends
whether or
are-
not that was a carefully aimed shot or absolute luck because of your angle, but hey, the good news is it's in the monster, not you.
that's good.
You're just like, I'm glad my friends are good shots. I hope they're good shots.
All right, it's
No, I mean,
struggling.
you
It's
guys
going
know
to-
Eudora is a very good shot with a bow.
But do we know that that was Eudora's shot?
There.
Oh, he knows it's from it's an arrow.
Does anybody else have a longbow?
I don't think anybody else is using a bow.
Okay, well there you go.
The monster struggles, valiantly against you and goes nowhere.
I
That's
kind of
his
release
action.
its. I kind of release its neck. Does it try to? Does it speak words, or is it just like? Rah, 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 rah?
I think they speak common. Let me double check. That's a fair question.
Do you want to like have a debate with this thing, or do you want to kill it?
Well, I just imagine that I've had it by its neck, like kind of really choking it, and I'm just gonna release it for a moment to see what it
Just
does.
like shove the
Ah.
arrow in deeper.
It says the complicated language of the yogi is called Kaskun.
That tracks.
So it makes a lot of clicking and grunting noises with unnecessary like spit and phlegm. Sure. All the
I
gross
thought
stuff
we were
in
able
one
to
language.
speak common, though.
No, not this bastard. I release my grasp. And I'm gonna pull out my great sword, and off with its head.
I am double checking to see if it says anything about it speaking common, and I'm not seeing it. So okay, take off his head, go for it.
Good enough.
It's
I didn't have
probably annoyed
advantage
with
on
us
that.
at the moment.
So it was a 16.
16 hits.
All right. So it's just the 6 that is for the crit. That it wasn't a crit. But I will smite. Let's smite
Oh, okay. How much more?
for 5 more. So 11 total damage.
All right. And with his other damage, go ahead and describe to me exactly what happens here.
I want to. The intention is to try to lop off the head, so it has as much range as possible. Hopefully, getting it back down into the cavern, and it just like lands.
Someone's sweet. That was
The rest of you
love!
just see this. There's another rock just tumbling down. That's not a rock.
And then one of the chocobos starts eating it.
No, don't eat
Alright.
that. You don't know where it's been.
As things start to settle down, you have defeated your attackers. Dell and Drimmer have stopped the forward motion of both carts. You are able to all gather back up. You see
Nice.
in front of you, which I guess Drimmer is first to see it, but he'll immediately point out, "Oh, that's something," as he does. You see a jackalware just kind of crawling in its furry form, the humanoid jackal thing. I think somebody said earlier, put that in my head, so I'm calling it a furry now. I'm blaming you guys. It's crawling forward, and you can see that both of its legs are gone, and it is trying to get away from whatever. And it sees y'all. You can see it's slowing. You don't think it's slowing because it sees you, but just because it's running out of juice, which it's leaving a trail of.
Literally.
Well, Dell, if you want to do something, you're up. I ain't got nothing to heal that creature.
I don't see a need to heal it.
All right, then. I mean,
Put
it
it out
was
of its misery.
it was once human.
Are you sure? I'm just going to walk up to it with my scimitar and coup de grace.
It looks up at you with sad eyes as you bring it down, and I'm not going to make you roll for it. Its head just pops off. And as it dies, it reverts to a very wounded dog form.
Aw.
Oh, I guess it was just a creature after all. My mistake.
At this point, Hihos lands with the body of the thing and drops it down. But you might want to take a look.
Raid its pouches, take its lance. Same with the other one that up by Eudora there.
I'm going to just total the gold and all that you get from them.
Okay.
So from both of them, you get 17 gold,
Okay.
16 silver, and only 3 pennies, which I know you're not sad about.
17 and 16 then. So
Right. And you just flick the pennies around. Who cares?
and you said three copper?
Right.
All right. For the time being, I've just
Also,
been
they
putting
had
it.
pouches of not cooked meat. If anyone would like to have some of that, and you have 2 more of those creepy lances.
All right. So we've got 3.
I mean, we got
Big
carts.
death lance things. Yeah, I mean, carts for weapon mounts for them or whatever, right? So,
Yep. I can show other people how to use them.
sure.
All right, cool. She begins class on how to activate the lances.
Always point it at your buddy, not your body.
That's still pretty evil. Yes, you strongly suspect she may not have been aiming at the monster.
I wanted to say that was a very impressive shot. You're I didn't realize you're such a marksman.
Thank you. I actually did have a good feeling about that roll. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
Whereas Eudora's like, meh.
It was for science.
Right? See, you get it.
Actually, I think Eudora was the one who actually was not worried about the advantage or took the disadvantage. I mean to say.
Yeah.
Eudora cares. Tinker's a fey creature. All in danger.
She's
Eudora's
her
from
own
a fey
person.
realm. Tinker is a fey creature. And there's a scary difference.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Well, I do try not to actively murder my other party members. That is one of my little personality quirks.
Hey, I don't try to actively murder them either.
Try to avoid that.
She tries
More
to
like
pass.
Two-Face. It's a 50-50.
Yeah. She tries to passively kill them. If she sets up the circumstances and just flicks the first domino and just sees what happens, like it could result in our death.
You know, for a chaotic creature, that feels completely accurate.
It's more excited about a new toy than pesky things like life.
What's this do? Oh, it puts holes in things. Hey, Eudora, you should put a bandage on that.
Make me sound so evil.
Not evil, just terrifying. All right. So you have a dead. You also have a dead jackalware.
Right.
Well, in its dog form.
So-
interestingly, the things that it carries, the things that were on it, vanish when it goes back to its jackal form, due to the way it melds with things. So that makes it hard to loot.
Annoying.
You're like, well,
We
I
can't
thought
be
that thing had a
proper
pack.
murder hobos if we don't loot all the bodies.
Ruined. No murder hoboing for you.
The nerve. The nerve.
All right then. I guess I want to know what killed the jackalware though, because it basically chopped it in half. Cut away.
Well,
its
what killed it
lower
was
half.
you.
Oh, that's the one that. Wait, the jackalware?
Yeah, you.
Well,
could've got
I
it.
meant before I finished it.
Oh, okay.
You know what ate or removed the lower half of it?
The rotting meat smell from where its legs were supposed to be. You kind of at this point are gonna put it together.
Oh, okay. It was blasted away. Okay.
Probably.
So there's
we can get hit
probably
by
more
But
of these
as-
things up ahead.
Yeah, but as for what actually killed it, I'm gonna say the
I mean, yeah.
head removal.
Yeah.
Its lack of homeostasis, that's what killed it. Wasn't anything else than that.
Doesn't that kill everything?
Lack of
Exactly.
neural activity.
Natural causes. You chop its head off and it died. Naturally.
Natural.
Naturally. Yeah.
Naturally.
Well, better than
Obviously.
slowly bleeding out in the middle of a desert.
I mean, it could have been saved But nah.
I had no reason to. What am I, a cleric of good?
No, you are not. All right. So, what do y'all
We're a
want
bunch
to
of we're a
do? Should
bunch
we
of
continue
bloody
on?
pirates. What do you expect?
Should we drive on? I mean, all
We
these
should.
boulders behind us. It looks like it'd take a while to dig out.
I'm thinking we should continue.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'm sure we've killed them all. We're probably good now. Took them out. It's going to be totally safe.
Yeah, keep a close eye on the cliffs as we go here.
That's probably not a bad idea, but like I say, I've done this job probably 24 times. Never had problems like this. So logically, the worst must be behind us.
Have you seen these things before?
No, I literally haven't, which is why I figure statistically, you see, I knew that the boulet, for example, existed, but I'd never seen one. Now that I've seen one, after having done this job for over a decade, I assume I won't see another one for over a decade. I've never seen whatever these spider people are. So logically, following the same theory, won't see them again either.
Your logic on this planet does not resemble the logic on our planet.
Ooh, what planet are you all from?
Right. So forward.
Moving on.
Right. After about another couple of hours of travel, it's fairly uneventful, although you all do keep your eyes up looking. The heat around here begins to become like just sweltering hot, like Texas right now. But beyond that, you just feel it pouring from you. The sun's starting to go down, but it doesn't. You're starting to realize you don't think the heat is from the sun. This area is getting hot. I think I already said that the rocks around here are all black. The red sand is pretty much gone at this point. You don't see any of that. You are walking through just a black corridor valley through black mountains, which in front of you now becomes a point where you're going to have to climb upward in order to move forward. It looks like it's going to be at least a good 60 feet vertical climb. To which Drimmer says, well, that's kind of interesting. It wasn't that bad before the climb.
All things
You see, when lava comes through, magma, is it lava? I think it's lava after it comes out the planet, and it kind of runs down and it dries out. It looks like it's built up some. I have some climbing gear, but for me, I didn't bring sets for everyone.
Tinker has
Wings.
that too. But she has rope and pythons and obviously a hammer.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
think most of us have ropes.
So she basically takes those, as kind of like climbing stuff, hands them off to somebody who doesn't have wings and says, "Good luck."
super useful if you were to like just use your pythons there. That's the little sticky things. And like put them in up there and then tie the ropes off and like.
Then we could pull ourselves up to it.
Yeah, she'll totally do that. It was just a too perfect opportunity to be just like, "Good luck."
If you're taking your time and the ropes are attached to pythons that Tinker is taking the time to actually nail down, which she knows how to do. So therefore, assuming she's not messing with you guys, you don't have to actually roll to climb up. And although, Tinker, are you messing with them?
No.
All right.
She did her one risky jackass move already this game, or this session. That's enough.
So at this point, then, we're going to have to pretty much keep the carts and the birds behind.
Yeah, well, the good news is, you'll see when we get up there. I think we're about there.
Okay.
All right.
So, can you all see anything? Look at the Roll20 screen.
I do see something.
Yep.
Cool. And that lays before you as you finish your climb upwards.
It's so pretty.
Or easy flight for Tinker.
Okay then.
All right. I'm gonna ping it if I do this right. This area up here does not look like natural rock formation. You are able to make out, and for the more perceptive amongst you, you're able to make out that there are actually two ships up there.
Two.
One, because all of you have flown on Spelljammer ships before, one looks a little bit more traditional. It doesn't look quite like the regular human pirate ship. It's a big blocky rectangle. You know of a few races that use some that look pretty much like that. And the one that is closer to the edge, right here. I'm not trying to move it. I moved the whole map. Dang it. Anyway, the one in the back actually looks a little bit more like, it's hard to tell from a distance, but I'll say the more perceptive amongst you will be able to make out that it looks kind of like a giant wasp, maybe a large stinging bug with wings.
Okay. Well,
Tinker
the
could
wasp ship is a pretty common one as well.
Sadly.
Yeah. Tinker could probably be like, oh, this is a particular type of blah, 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 blah. I don't know.
Make a history check.
Ew.
Let's see what Tinker knows. It's still at a distance. You can't see a lot of the fine detail. But with that really good roll, the blocky ship in the front is you look at that and you know that sometimes there's ships that you've seen before that are of dwarven make that are fairly utilitarian. They're more like cargo ships.
Mm.
And the one in the back, very large wasp-like weird ship. You've heard of that, and that's when it clicks, and you don't know everything about it, but you are able to go, there are some creatures that have spider-like bodies called Nyogi. And when that clicks for you, because you see that wasp-like ship, you're like, that's their ship. And the other thing is it has something to do with dwarves. I guess since Melina's with you and she actually has had this stuff put in her head, I should make her roll her perception check. And she will confirm that the dwarf ship, after you say it, she'll say, oh yeah, the dwarf ship I think is our target. I don't know about the bug ship. Because I didn't make a 15, I made a 14. Oh wait, no, I have a bonus. So yes, the bug ship is not a part of our target. Although it might be what brought our target down.
Right, we got thieves. Let's go get them.
All right. It is 10:48 in my time. I don't know what time y'all guys are in. It's all weird for you people. So we got 12 minutes left. Is there anything you want to do as y'all kind of settle down for the night, or begin to move forward? Is there anything you want to do?
Seems a good point to cut off. I would say let's. You said it was pretty close to the end of the day, right?
It is close to the end of the day.
So
Grimmer is going to point
well.
out Drummer's going to point out that he has completed his task, getting you across the desert to where you want to be. He doesn't need to cross a lake of lava to prove anything, so he's going to offer to take the axe beaks back and all that.
So my suggestion is he does that, but he does it in the morning. We'll climb back down to where the axe beaks are in the carts. We'll set up camp for the night with one last time with Drimmer and with the carts and all the rest.
It'd be safer for Drimmer.
It'd be safer
You know
for
what?
him.
You're
safer
not
for
wrong,
us.
and he will acknowledge that intelligent move. And also, at the end of the night, he doesn't want to go travel all night. So,
Right.
Sure.
And then in the morning, we'll climb back up. We can leave our ropes set up. It shouldn't be a problem, right?
And I can check him in the morning in just in case.
And
He's now has to figure out how to get back to the boulder problem, but that's more his problem than yours, technically.
it's true.
It's not like we could really help not knowing the area as well.
So,
Speaking of not knowing the area, the way that we've come up, is this like, are we following like a path? As in, if there were more things up there, is this the way that they might scout out?
Make a survival check.
Sure.
All right. With that, you think about different ways they might be scouting, and it crosses your mind that spiders walk up walls, so they're not near as limited as you guys are.
Mm.
So while this is a great way to go if they're scouting for creatures that are not as agile as themselves, it's hard to say for sure. But if they're looking for creatures that might be coming this way that are bipedal, then yeah, absolutely. If they're worried about anything else, then you don't know. But they can walk wherever they want,
Just
even on the ceiling, if there was one.
we'll just take watch in pairs again, I should say.
makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
Same structure as before.
Why not?
Keos and Tinker the first watch, then myself and Drimmer, I guess, for the second, and then Ramush and Eudora for the third.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Fine.
I don't understand why we're spending the night, because these things are salvaging that ship up there, and that ship is our ship, right? Why are we waiting around?
Because we want to be moderately rested before climbing up there and going across a lake of lava.
I feel
And do you
pretty-
really want to do all that at night?
Yeah. I'm as fit as a fiddle, I'll have to say. Did anybody else, like, have a close call with some Yogi Lance? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I took a blast full on.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, then, yeah, let's rest. Okay. I get it now. I'll get it now. I'll cast my alarm spell. Everybody be safe and sound.
I'll use some cure magic to heal myself before we go to bed down, and then was anybody else wounded?
So, you were wrapping up game, Howard?
Yeah, let y'all do your watches, and then I was going to do that, yeah.
All right.
So, first watch was who again?
Was me and Kihos.
All right, second.
Myself and Drimmer.
All right, and third.
I guess that's me.
And me.
And Eudora? All right.
Yeah.
And Melina will see tonight because nobody made her do anything.
She's like,
Oh.
score!
She'll have her turn.
She's got to be ready.
She's got to pilot
Yeah.
that ship. She's got to be our engine. We're gonna strap her in, make her.
Yeah, we want her well rested.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. First, hang on. Okay, and this. All right. The first watch goes by fairly quietly, but you will see. Who was first watch again? I apologize.
Me and Kihos.
All right. You guys, during your watch, it's fairly quiet. I mean, there's a lot of light for nighttime because when you look out, towards your target, there's an entire lake of lava that is just kind of brightening out the whole area down the ground. Plus, it's a clear, starry night again, and you do see what looks to be a large winged creature, just kind of like and fly by, but you don't see anything like directly threatening you during your watch. Second watch, I believe, was it Dell and Drummer?
Correct.
All right. As the two of you take your watch, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Do you want advantage or do you want Drummer to roll separately?
I'll take advantage.
Go for it.
Okay, 1 sec. Perception.
Nice. Advantage is always good. Drummer's so helpful.
Really, it is.
He's the best. Do you? You said you kind of hunker down right in the area. You don't like look up over the lake of lava.
Yeah.
All right. During your watch, you do hear from above you a shuffling sound. But I guess Drummer kind of probably picks it up first and then points it out. Hey, something's up there. As you look up, we will begin next game.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah.
I know that Corey already knew that was happening.
I was like, why are we continuing the charade? The game is ending.
The literal cliffhanger.
Yep, that's what it is. All right.
Which means you have to tune in next week.
dun dun dun.
You have to.
Thank all of y'all for playing. I love all of you. You are a great group of players. I'm lucky to have you, and I look forward to doing this again next week.
And thanks for watching, everybody out there. If you watched all the way, obviously liked it, hit the like button, subscribe. We try and do this every Friday night. I hope we get to level. I'd love to level up. But other than that, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye now.
Bye-bye.